What's up, Padres? Welcome to the Friday show for April 12th, 2019.
Today we got a segment on student loans and some news on prom and Battle of the Grades.
Enjoy the show, guys.
Prom is just around the corner and we've got some updates for you.
If you have not received your prom packet, then you do not currently have a ticket. They're only on sale until the end of the day today, so get on that, Padres.
Also, 9th and 10th graders need to make sure that they fill out an underclassmen contract if they are planning to attend prom.
Moving on, Empty Bowls is on Thursday, April 25th.
This is a great event for all Padre families. Tickets are just $20 at Miss Vita's office.
Make sure to check that out. Also, CHS is offering summer school from June 11th through June 28th. Applications are due by May 17th, so make sure to get that done, Padres.
Now to sports with Chase and Sawana.
Thanks, Mel. I'm Sawana.
And I'm Chase.
Here with news on Carmel Spring Sports.
Congrats to the girls' track team. They remain unbeaten with a 59-point win. Sarah Gressley sets a new school record at 9 by 9 feet in pole vault.
And congratulations to the boys 4x1 relay team of Nick Sloan, Benicio Crisafalo, Rashawn Ward, and LeVar Edwards, setting a new school record with a time of 43.77 seconds. Good job, guys.
And here are the games today. Boys baseball versus Soledad, JV at CMS starts at 4, and varsity at CHS starting at 4.
Boys lacrosse versus St. Francis at CHS, JV at 3:15, and varsity at 5:15.
Boys and girls swim versus Notre Dame and Palma at CHS starts at 3:30.
And finally, boys volleyball versus Palma at CHS, JV at 5, and varsity at 6:30.
Now for sports over the weekend and break. Next Tuesday, JV and varsity baseball versus Watsonville at Watsonville. JV release at 2, game at 4, and varsity release at 5, game at 7.
On that same day, softball versus Monterey at Monterey, JV game at 4:30 and varsity at 6.
And for boys tennis, to be announced with the Gablin 1 versus Mission 2 next Thursday.
Good luck to all the spring sports playing today and over the break.
Now we have a segment to show you by Meredith on student loans.
All right, guys, now where are we going? College. And how are we going to pay for it? College. No.
Do you know how student loans work?
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I do not.
No.
With so much student debt currently owed by the U.S., it is important for future college students to know how loans work, or at least the basics.
So there's pretty much just two kinds. You either go with a federally funded student loan or a private.
You can get a private loan from a bank, even if you don't have financial need. You can also get private loans after you take out the maximum amount of federal loans.
A fixed rate loan will stay the same for the entire length of the loan, but a variable loan can change and the interest rate can go up depending on the market.
The federally funded loans are generally less expensive. You don't have to repay them while you're in school.
The government's gonna pay for all of it? Sign me up, man.
After you're finished with school and you start paying back.
A subsidized loan is basically the government pays your interest while you're still in school, so you're not accruing that interest. So knowing the different types of loans.
As you can see, there's a lot to student loans that can't quickly be summed up. The best thing we can say is to research them for yourself. And now, here's Clubs by Brian and Ben.
Hey Padres, I'm Brian.
And I'm Ben.
And we're here to tell you what clubs there are today.
Yep, starting with Ethics Bowl in room 25, Chamber Music in 35, and Art in room 16.
Then we have Cyber Patriots in room 6, Interact Club in room 15, and of course, Tech and Engineering in room 6. All of these clubs are taking place at lunch, so be sure to check them out.
And now here's our very own environmental club with an environmental minute.
It's the environmental minute.
Hello, we are from planet Earth, and that is why we will be celebrating Earth Week, the week we come back from break.
Every day there will be an environmentally themed event at lunchtime, and it will last the entire week.
Monday will be Lights Out Day.
We are doing Lights Out Day because the more lights that are used, the more energy is used. And the more energy is used, the more fossil fuels are burned. And fossil fuels are not good for the environment. Thank you, Padres.
Thanks, guys. Now we have a lot of community service to tell you guys about.
All Saints is looking for people to help out with their summer program. Contact info is in the bulletin.
Return of the Natives has volunteer opportunities throughout April and May. Visit the CSUMB website for more information.
Also, Meet Earth is looking for volunteers on Earth Day, April 27th. And now let's go to Charlie and Basilio for more senior information.
Thanks, Elias. Seniors, if you need a little more community service hours to graduate, sign up for Senior Service Day. On Friday, May 10th, we'll be helping at the Monterey County of the Office of Education Field Day. Our participants will earn 10 hours of community service, so sign up with Ms. Vito.
Enter in the graduation raffle for a chance to win press box seating and reserve parking for your family. Tickets are in the ASB office. Charlie, aren't you going to the desert trip?
Yes, I am. So that means I'll be in room 2 at lunch today for our last meeting before we leave this weekend.
Some upcoming scholarships due dates include Yellow Brick Road on the 15th, Hellenic Cultural Institute and John Stroggs on the 19th, and the Sandpiper Scholarship on the 22nd.
On April 23rd, the Tuesday when we get back from break, make sure you pick up your cap and gown orders.
Now back to you in the studio.
Awesome! High five!
Birthdays! Happy birthday to John Hart.
And Jonathan Swanson.
And to all of you over the break. Hey Elias, you're going to the desert trip, right?
I sure am. It should be an awesome time.
Cool. And we will see you all at the rally today.
Alright, this is Video 2 signing off. Have a fun and safe break, Padres.
Hey, all you beautiful Padres out there. That was a wonderful show, wasn't it? Let's paint a little picture to express how great of a show that was. Alright. You know, people say not to be edgy, but can't help myself. That's an 8 instead of, you know. There we go, Padres. Have a wonderful Friday.
I'm Jill Coughlin.
My name is Michelle Verbeck. I am the assistant coach for the Carmel girls lacrosse team.
Carmel! In general, I've been coaching for 2 years, unless we count when I coached my sister's team. But you know, I was 15 and she was 10, so.
So I've been coaching for about 6 years. I've been coaching here for 2 years. Prior to that, I was coaching at Virginia Wesleyan University for a Division III college.
District teams looks very strong. I feel like we can get a lot of things achieved.
They can bring so much to the team and bring a lot of new talent in, and that would be really nice to see.
My coaching philosophy is I break it down into 3 rules. It's respect, integrity, and 100% effort. If you break one of those rules, you're actually breaking all 3 of them.
My coaching philosophy is that I'm looking to create just well-rounded athletes. Everyone can be fantastic at certain skills, but I'm looking for everyone to work together so we can make one team that's fantastic at everything.
I feel like this year we're coming even stronger on attack, and overall I'm feeling really great about the team.
I feel like we have some really good players. I think we can actually win some games this year, and we'll do great.
High schools in America have been known to highlight students based on their academic successes and rigorous courses. This leads students to expect perfect grades in AP courses based on the trending belief that it leads to a successful future. Some teachers in CHS disagree with the idea that only good grades lead to a good college and successful future.
You know, the number one factor that determines whether a student is going to be successful in life or not was not their academics, was not their grades. It was their grit, it was their persistence, their determination.
A part of grit for me was when Schmidt talks about getting your work done all the time. He really pushed that notion of you need to get your work done or you're not going to go far in college or in the life beyond it.
Students, what they should do is challenge themselves in areas that they have passions, that they have interests.
Some students in CHS are consistent with their passion along with their grit and academics. They believe that their teachers are paving them a positive pathway in terms of being flexible with their academics and passion.
Like, I have a lot of teachers that have helped me and do inspire me to pursue what I want to pursue, and at the same time help me be academically successful.
It is clear that both students and teachers in CHS share a common understanding that anyone can pursue a successful life in being passionate, along with showing perseverance and grit.
Our students should do everything that they put time into as best they can.
Well, this year it's a really small class, so it's a pretty intimate environment. We all get to know each other pretty well.
3/4 of the time it's really loose and everybody's pretty relaxed, talking to one another, sitting where they want. 1/4 of the time it's deadline week, and I kind of take on the role of beast master, making sure that all the stories get finished in a timely fashion.
A lot of like trying to make sure people get their art in on time, trying to place it all. Then there are inevitably like a bunch of issues that come up when we try to like load the PDF, and then it's usually right down to the wire when we publish. It's like right on the deadline, but it's a satisfying feeling.
Because if they're half as full, they're half as heavy. This is not showing up in a video.
Mr. Palshaw is just really himself.
Phones have been slowly taking over everyone's lives, especially teenagers. This is no exception for Carmel High School. Wherever you go, even simply walking to the next class, you will see people staring into those screens instead of the world around them.
How many hours per day do you think you spend on your phone?
Like 2 or 3, like 4 at max.
I say maybe like 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day, that's a pretty good guess. You spend about 4 hours and 28 minutes per day on your phone. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I have a mental problem.
This is like 6 hours.
I see a lot of people trying to hide their phone use or have their AirPods in and cover it with their hair or their sweatshirt. But we all have to figure out how to use these things in moderation and also how to use them respectfully as well.
If you have an iPhone, you can actually set time limits and schedules to control how much you are on your phone. Just go to Settings, press Screen Time, and you'll find multiple settings to limit the time on your phone as well as specific apps. Go outside, enjoy the weather, and have fun.
The early start time at Carmel High School has often been opposed by many students. However, there are many different factors that go into the 7:45 to 3 p.m. school day.
In order to go deeper into the controversy, we talked to both students and administrators of Carmel High School to get their opinions on the subject.
There's many factors, sports being one, and I don't think anybody wants to be at school until 5 o'clock at night.
It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes.
30-minute drive. 2 to 3 minutes. No matter what time school starts, kids are going to stay up late. If you say you're going to bed at 10 and you stay up till midnight on your phone or doing whatever you do, if school's later, you're going to go to bed at midnight and stay up till 2.
I think it's definitely too early. I came from a middle school with a start time of 8:25.
It is a little bit too early.
I would rather have a later start and get released later.
I actually rather just do what we have now.
There's this research that shows that waking up teenagers at 6 a.m. is equivalent feeling of waking an adult up at 4 a.m. And I know most adults don't like to be woken up that early. Neither do teenagers.
The 7:45 school start time has often been debated. Many factors have gone into this decision, and both sides have compelling arguments. What do you think, Padres?